Want some more stupidity? Huh? Well, I got plenty more to give ya. Look. I just heard the news tonight. You piece of crap. Trump. Always just wanting to be the center of the fame. With all the corruption he's been causing, center of attention he is. Wanting to always be in the news. Hell, on election night I heard him in the news a lot. That piece of crap. So, if I were you, I would not I just wouldn't fit into Trump's BS. Playing the poor me, oh, I lost the election, You know, a statement came into my head tonight, Trump once said, that if he were president, he would not be playing golf, he'd be too busy fixing the country. Well, that's what he did, right? Of course not, freaking idiot. He and his party are only freaking about division. Poor Trump, man. Whenever there was something to do or a bill to sign, that just cut into his freaking golf game. Yeah, he played golf during his presidency. That just shows the extent of his love for you, American people. So, let me play this.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
So you could do what? The same crap you've done? That's gotta be it. Keep freaking dividing us. Playing golf. Whatever the hell you want. No, when Trump says make America great again, all he means is make America worse again.
So many incredible friends and family here tonight. It's such a beautiful thing. Some people say, how do you speak before so many people all the time? When there's love in the room, it's really easy. If you want to know the truth, it really is. You ought to try it sometime. Together we will be taking on the most corrupt forces and entrenched interests imaginable. Our country is in a horrible state. We're in grave trouble. This is not a task for a politician or a conventional candidate. This is a task for a great movement that embodies the courage, confidence, and the spirit of the American people. This is a movement. This is not for any one individual. This is a job for tens of millions of proud people working together from all across the land and from all walks of life, young and old, black and white, Hispanic and Asian, many of whom we have brought together for the very, very first time.
Now, we already had the feeling that Trump was going to do this in the first place. I'm a little speechless about that. And yet, we see him again. And I already thought about this. Hey, if Trump doesn't end up winning in 2024, he'll just run again in 2028. And if he doesn't win that one, he'll run 4 years later. He freaking hates us. Remember, his campaign slogan is not Make America Great Again. It's Make America Worse Again. Or unfortunately, it might just be known as Make America White Again, because he's freaking racist. Along with this party, they're just a bunch of white people lovers, black people haters, and blah blah blah, and all of that. If you want racist people, elect Republicans. Go for it. If you want your rights taken away, exact same thing. Now, to the House. Kevin McCarthy beats far-right challenger 188 to 31 to lead House GOP to become Speaker. The House Republican Conference voted for House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy to be its leader after an underwhelming midterm election performance launched a search among conservatives for a challenger. The vote puts McCarthy in line to be Speaker of the House. Presuming Republicans win at least 3 more seats of the 16 that they have not yet been projected by CNN. They only need 1 more, actually. McCarthy won 188 to 31 against Arizona Representative Andy Biggs, according to multiple sources in the room. It was a secret ballot, and McCarthy only needed to earn a simple majority of the conference. While Biggs' challenge was always viewed as a long shot, the number of Republicans who voted for him underscored the level of frustration with the Republican leadership following the 2022 elections. In January, McCarthy must win 218 votes, a majority of the entire House, to win the Speaker's gavel. 3 House Republicans, Kat Kamek of Florida, Kelly Armstrong of North Dakota, and Brian Fitzpatrick of Pennsylvania, nominated McCarthy for leader, arguing he has worked harder than anyone, and that party and unity is the only path to victory. McCarthy received a standing ovation after his election. Biggs, a former chair of the Freedom Caucus, announced on Newsmax on Monday night that he would run against McCarthy, while acknowledging it would be tough to beat someone who has, quote, raised a lot of money to elect his colleagues. This is not just about Kevin, Biggs said on Monday. I think it's about institutional direction and trajectory. Biggs was nominated Tuesday by Texas Representative Chick Roy and South Carolina Representative Ralph Norman, who asserted that the House GOP conference needs to change the way the House operates. Other roles in House GOP leadership were also decided. The number 2 House Republican Louisiana Representative Steve Scalise won his election to serve as House Majority Leader without facing any opposition. And Minnesota Representative Tim Emmer, the National Republican Congressional Committee chair defeated Representatives Jim Banks of Indiana and Drew Ferguson of Georgia to be the House Majority Whip. Before Biggs' announcement, McCarthy and Scalise attempted to quell the tensions vibrating within the party on Monday. McCarthy met with several members of the House Freedom Caucus, and Scalise apologized at a meeting to Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, for privately criticizing him in the immediate wake of the January 6, 2021, according to sources in the room. Now, we all know that Trump definitely had something to do with January 6th. What piece of crap would just send their supporters to the Capitol to try to frickin' have an election change? That's not the way it works, dumbass. Yeah, Trump, I'm talking to you. Piece of crap. Idaho GOP Representative Mike Simpson said he'll support McCarthy for leader, noting the GOP gained House seats in the last two elections. He's done a good job, said Simpson. There were factors beyond what Kevin McCarthy could deal with that affected this election, he added. Some members of the far right appeared assuaged. If we don't unify behind Kevin McCarthy, we're opening up the door for the Democrats to be able to recruit some of our Republicans, said Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Even before Biggs jumped in the ring, House members predicted that McCarthy would face a challenger who would expose that the California Republican does not currently enjoy enough support to become Speaker next year. During a closed-door leadership candidate forum on Monday, Virginia Representative Bob Good, a McCarthy critic, complained that a super PAC, PAC, aligned with McCarthy opposed some pro-Trump candidates, and criticized McCarthy for not calling to congratulate him when he won his primary. According to a source in the room, McCarthy replied that he directed $2 million to Good for his race. Good had to be gabbled down in order to cut him off from speaking so they could move to the next question, the source said. At the private intra-party meeting, McCarthy also received a standing ovation from his colleagues. McCarthy promised that he would strip away power from Democrats, saying if elected he would kick Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar off the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and California Representatives Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff off the House Intelligence Committee. And he underscored his role in returning Republicans to power. He sounds like he'll make a terrible speaker already. They don't give out gavels in small, medium, and large. We have the majority, and we have the gavels, McCarthy said at the meeting. At one point, Gaetz asked McCarthy if he would try to solicit or accept speaker votes from any Democrats. McCarthy told him no. But McCarthy's allies have recently attempted to convince moderate Democratic Representative Henry Cuellar to switch parties in hopes of padding their slim margins, according to two sources familiar with the conversation. Cuellar flatly rejected the idea. McCarthy's spokesman said the GOP leader was not involved if these conversations took place and said this is not in any way part of their strategy for the majority or for his speakership bid. Gaetz, Good, and Texas Representative Chip Roy said on Monday that McCarthy does not have the votes he needs to become Speaker. What I can tell you is, as I stand here right now, is that Kevin McCarthy does not have 218 votes to become Speaker, said Gaetz. I don't think he has 200. My opinion is that he'll just make a terrible Speaker. And remember that lie I told you earlier? He said Republicans have a commitment to America. yeah, to take away our rights. So, I'm gonna end this one now, gonna head to bed, but don't worry, I'll be back. I will be back.